Welcome to Ecox Media. Here is that trending video that has captured everyone's attention.
My other sister, the one they sometimes refer to as Joy Nunez, I like to mention her name because she'll be hearing from my lawyer anytime in the next 1 week. Crime never dies. When I received a letter from the late Abakari, Chief of Staff, that the certificates were questionable and she did not do national youth service, I wrote to the NYC. The NYC responded, and so I quickly changed her before it became a scandal. As soon as she was changed, hell was let loose. She first said, "Oh, Akpabio wanted me to swear to an oath of allegiance in the villa," and then they told her that the whole villa is wired. She said, "Eh, what do I say?" The next thing she came out and said, "He tried to touch me, and I slapped him." I'm the first woman in Niger Delta to slap him. So Ruben Abati now said, "Is it like sexual harassment or rape?" She said, "No, not rape. Maybe something like that." I said, "What? Is it sexual harassment?" She said, "Yes, sexual harassment." That's what you want me to pursue. So that I will go and tell the world that she was parading fake NYC certificate. Then I will tell the world that she committed perjury. She lied under oath. And yet I have 4 daughters, and I would like to protect their image. Since people have decided to go into the gutter, let's all go into the gutter. Let's bring out everything so that you see why women also have to note that their attitude will determine their altitude. We can increase the number of women in parliament by our own, by preventing the idea of weaponizing gender. The woman should not be looking at herself as a weaker sex. My second daughter is a very strong woman. She has got her master's, she's doing her PhD right now. She's very strong, probably stronger than me. And she disagrees with me. Deep inside me, sometimes when we argue, and she says, "Daddy, you're wrong," I will tell her, "I'm older than you." She said, "Don't use age here." So I'm very proud of my children, and I know that they will do well amongst you. Let's talk to ourselves. Listen to the minister. The minister just suffered from a fellow woman. Put up a woman in any senatorial district today for Senate. Other women will go and vote for the men. You will never vote for yourself. So let's start by questioning you. How come you don't elect your own? Because when the minister was speaking, the minister said that women constitute 51% of the voting population in Nigeria. So why then are you taking the backstage in terms of political representation? Women will never vote for themselves. So ask me, if a woman does not want to vote for a woman, am I the one that will force the woman to go? But we have a solution. I've traveled around. I've seen what is happening in Tanzania. I've seen what is happening in South Africa, Malawi, and so many other countries. They have a certain percentage constitutionally reserved for women. But what they do is that they do it through appointment, particularly in United Arab Emirates and other countries, including Somalia. They put a percentage for women in parliament. And then after the election, those women are added to the number, and they enjoy equal status with the men. But sometimes because of religious differences and all sort of issues, women find it difficult to even aspire because their husbands may sack them from the homes. So they make those provisions. We are discussing that in the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If it means tinkering with the act to enable women, the Electoral Act, to enable women to have solid say in the parliament, we will do so. Women are better managers. I can say that women are better managers. But sometimes women can be harder than men. Yes, when they take decisions, they take decisions. But they are very prudent in all aspects of life. If you didn't manage us well, we won't even get here. That's the simple truth. Imagine if it was my mother that died and my father was 22 years. Will I be a Senate president today? Because my father would never be at home. But my mother stayed at home and tutored us, suffered, did all sorts of petty jobs, took us through the Civil War, and brought us to where we are. May our soul rest in perfect peace. So mine is to assure you that on this Women's Day, I pledge before you that the National Assembly will work closely with all the women leaders. When I met my sister, I used to admire her and her afro hair on television. And at the time I thought she was working for INEC, such a great woman of integrity. She came with a lot of other women, and I saw them. I was amazed. I said, immediately they called me and said they wanted to see me. I said, come now, come now, come now. And under 40 minutes, I met with them. Because an innocent heart has no qualms and has nothing to fear. But so let me salute our daughters, salute my dear wife, Ekaite Unamagos Akpabio, and salute all the women. The battle is just beginning. We must go back to where we see upward movement of women in all spheres of life. That is the only way I'll have hope and fulfillment, that I've left solid legacies behind in politics, because I've created opportunities for my children. 4 of them are women, to rise to the zenith of their professions in future. We must condemn all issues of sexual harassment that are not fake. We must tell women not to use tears to look for sentiment when they are making false accusations. We must also let women know that governance is not about vanity. So if a common seat can cause the kind of ulubalo, and then you ask why don't you want to move from the seat, and somebody sits on television and says that is the only place that the camera catches me where? Are we doing beauty contests in the Senate? It's a serious place. It's not a place that you come to look for camera to catch you. But we have left room for reconciliation.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm here today with my colleagues because one woman refused to surrender. Even when my father succumbed to the pangs of death, she stood tall against the winds of misfortune. They told her to choose a husband amongst my uncles, and she said she had a son who was 6 months old, that she had chosen to marry that son, since the son was part of that family. So she married me when I was 6 months old and refused to marry any other person. To the greater number of Nigerian women, as we swing the doors open for you and we put opportunities within your grasp, let it be known that your character, your integrity will be required as you move forward. The fight of the Nigerian woman will not be won by those who seek vanity for vanity's sake, but those who understand the burden of and the responsibility and the weight of leadership entrusted upon them. We need women who will not bicker over trivial things, the women who will go out there with courage to remain role models to future generations. The 10th Senate under my leadership is pro-women. We have given the nation our pledge to revisit and support all gender equality bills, which suffered many rejections in previous Senates. The special seats I've just discussed with you, we are proposing that. That came up, I think, in the 9th Senate, but this time around, it will become a reality. We must make this happen because the voices of our women must be heard. So I want to thank you and thank the organizers for inviting me to come. There's nothing I will say against a woman and win. But let me say that to God be the glory, that we have a lot of women here who believe strongly in the legal maxim that says, Odi Oterem Patem. Mrs. Olujimi, this is where you belong. Odi Oterem Patem. Let the other side be heard. Congratulations on your Women's Day.
Thanks for watching this video. Please, before you leave, remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you in my next video.
Please hit the like and subscribe button.